So I have my textbook and I've added a bunch of annotations in here. I'm going to go through and add some more annotations down the pages a little bit so I can show you this thumbnail piece. Let me go down the page a bit. I'm going to add let's add another bookmark here, and we'll call that. We'll get rid of that and we'll actually call this intro to HTML. That'll be a good bookmark there. Let me add a note in here too. So Tim Berners-Lee, did you see this guy at the Olympic opening ceremony? Okay, so I added a note there. I'm just wondering if you did see Tim Berners-Lee at the opening ceremony. He was there. So there's a note there. Let me scroll down a little bit further. We'll add some highlights to this section here. Maybe we'll just do this text alignment highlight a little bit. We'll scroll down here. Get off the question sets here. And we'll scroll through and highlight that whole thing. Maybe I'll add a new page. Blank page after this. And we'll go to the new page and I'll just say, I'll pull up my typewriter and I'll say, here is my blank page of notes. Something like that. Okay, that looks good. Scroll down here, add a drawing, throw a pen in. These guys have changed. Getting old. All right, here we go. So I'm going to keep scrolling. Click done there. And maybe I want to add. We'll do a blue box. And I'll just kind of do this. Something like that. Okay. So I got a couple of bookmarks, got a couple of notes. I've definitely marked up a ton of annotations. I've got audio and picture and all kinds of things. Let's go back into the thumbnail, and what you're going to see is there's 4 buttons down below. The first one is a page thumbnail. The second one, if you go ahead and push on that, there's a bookmarks tab that comes up. If I go ahead and click on bookmarks, you'll notice it tells me what color the bookmark is. These are 2 bookmarks I've put in to this file. So if I click on one of these bookmarks, like the intro to HTML, the colors are exactly what I said they should be too. So I go ahead and I click on intro to HTML, it's going to push me right to that bookmark right there, intro to HTML bookmark. Pretty cool. If I go back to top level, you'll see bookmarks there. This next one over would be ink annotations. And down here, you're going to see a list of a ton of annotations that I've thrown in there. So obviously, it keeps track of all of these annotations that I've done so far. It does the highlights. It'll tell me what kind of annotation it is, like the ABC is an underline up here. I've got an image annotation that I can go to. I've got text annotations that I can go to. I go to a highlight and it shows me that highlight. So pretty cool list. The last thing I want to show you is the search, which is probably the most powerful. This goes back to that conversation I was having about the OCR, and if your text is editable and searchable, you're good to go. How about if I just typed in HTML and just said, okay, I want to search for all instances of HTML. I go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and search and say search. And it's basically telling me 113 matches are found. So every time the word HTML is in there, it gives me a list of everything, every page that says HTML. So here's a good example. I did some color annotation on there, and it pulls up the word HTML, and it highlights it in yellow. Very powerful feature. Let me try something real quick. Not sure this is going to work, but I added. Here is my blank page of notes. I wonder if I go up in here and I say, I want to search for the word blank. So let's see if it's going to search for the annotation. And if you notice, look, I type in the word blank, knowing that there's a page that says the word blank on it. And there it is. So even the annotations that you type in are fully searchable. So you can actually tag all kinds of annotations to come back to later just by quickly searching on a keyword in your document. Okay, we have covered thumbnails. We're good to go there. Thumbnail tools. We've covered all the tools. Pretty powerful piece of a program. In the last program, the last tutorial, I'm basically going to wrap things up and talk about saving and syncing and those kinds of things. What do you do now with a document now that it is annotated and syncing and that kind of piece?